tough to watch, actually, when you see a world-class athlete have to go through this.
Figure skating was always improving. Then girls, Alexandra and Anna, just showed to whole world. So not only men can do this. There's a lot of beautiful skaters in all over the world. All of them are really strong persons inside.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into the video, make sure that you go down and subscribe to my channel. That way you are always the first to know whenever I upload a video and so that you don't miss one.
Figure skating.
Most motivational redemption stories in each season
Is to watch.
Let's go back to 2014. After Yuzuru Hanyu won his first Olympic gold medal in Sochi Olympics 2014 and world champion title earlier that year, he was branded as the Golden Kid in figure skating, just when everybody thought he was going to be invincible in the new season. He was involved in an unfortunate on-ice collision in his season opening Cup of China Grand Prix competition.
We last saw Olympic champion Yuzuru Hanyu at the Cup of China skating with a bandage around his head as a result of a collision in the warm-up. In the end, Yuzuru had 7 stitches in his chin, 3 staples in his head, and suffered injuries to his ankle and his thigh.
Cup of China is one of the 6 events of the ISU Figure Skating Grand Prix Series, which lasts from October to December each year. Skaters are either invited or seeded in each event. Each seeded skater will get 2 event assignments, and the top 6 skaters emerging from the 6 competitions will qualify to compete in the Grand Prix Final. The Grand Prix Final title is considered the 3rd most glamorous title in figure skating, after the Olympics and World Championships title. It is also the most important championship in the first half of the figure skating season, before their nationals. All their performances in the Grand Prix series will be credited towards their ranking. In season 2014 and 15, Hanyu was assigned to the Cup of China and NHK Trophy. He won the silver in the Cup of China despite the injury, and therefore he was still in the running for the Grand Prix Final. After staying off ice for 2 weeks for recovery, he decided to participate in NHK Trophy in the hope of qualifying for the Grand Prix Final.
The reigning Olympic champ Yuzuru Hanyu had a bit of catch-up though after that really terrifying crash at the Grand Prix of China. The injury there.
氷に登った時は少しやめるという考えもありました。
NHK 杯の危険を考えたという羽生選手。痛くて滑れず涙を流したこともあったといいます。
中国杯でのその時の演技をまず無駄にしたくないなという思いがまずありました。
His coach Brian Orser said it was the thigh and ankle injury that kept Yuzuru off the ice for well over a week, and Brian is concerned about the lost training time heading into Osaka.
少しの違和感はありますけれども、滑れると自分とドクターとまたトレーナーの先生と判断して決めました。ファイナル出たいという思いがすごく強いので、今の自分ができる最高の演技をまずここでしたいなというふうに思ってます。
ショートプログラム冒頭の4回転は転倒。3つのジャンプのうち2つで大きなミス。自身の持つ世界最高得点を20点以上下回り5位。
いやもう悔しいだけです。もう本当に悔しいのみです
その翌日逆転を狙ったフリー。全ての要素を通して滑るのは怪我後初めてだったといい。
Final group of men on the ice warming up, including the reigning Olympic champ Yuzuru Hanyu, coming off a dangerous crash. He's trying to make it to the final.
Right now he's sitting in 5th place, but only a point and a half out of 3rd. And while he may not be where he wants to be, he is motivated to finish in the top 3 and earn one of the spots to the Grand Prix Final.
Wonder if memories of what happened 3 weeks ago were going through his mind. Well, deep breath, everybody. To see him here is one thing. after the disaster that we do keep going on about, but it was a very significant thing. This is Yuzuru Hanyu of Japan, the reigning Olympic and world champion. In fact, 3 weeks ago in China, and to have him back skating is a mind game as well. Can he do it all?
練習で成功した冒頭の4回転
Quad Salka. No.
2回転に
Quad toe loop. Next. You can. Yes, you can.
Totally lost his timing, the momentum
2つ
isn't
目の
there.
4回転も失敗させました。序盤の大きなミス。
Now come on, Yuzuru.
That's much better now on the triple lots, double toe loop.
その後高得点が稼げるトリプルアクセルのコンビネーションジャンプを成功。
Yeah, you see something like that, the triple axel, triple toe loop. It's amazing.
Good elements in there, but it wasn't premium Yuzuru.
And into the triple loop. And hanging on to that triple lots.
It's not him firing on all cylinders, and of course the goal is to get to the Grand Prix Final. Could he get there? Well, just great to see him out there.
Absolutely. I mean, this has absolutely affected him, the accident that he had. You know, his legs hurt.
Well done. Well done for being here. The pressure on him being here, of course, as national champion here in Japan, as Olympic champion, as world champion, absolutely huge. The psychological burden, massive. 229, he's had 293. It's way, way, way lower than what he's achieved in the past.
4回転のミスなどが響き自己ベストをおよそ40点下回りました。練習では成功させていた4回転ジャンプ2日続けて本番で失敗しました。
怪我の影響から練習できなかったとかそういうふうに多分思われる方がたくさんいると思うんですけれどもそうじゃなくて怪我とかそういうの関係ないんですよ。多分こういう失敗にはできるはずなんですよ。でもできない何かが足りないんですよ。それは多分自分の良さだし。
優勝は村上大輔選手。日本男子2人がメダルを獲得しました。リンクサイドで2人を祝福した羽生選手は
同じ日本男子の選手としてとても誇らしく思ったと同時にやっぱ悔しかったんですね。
フィギュアスケートの NHK 杯羽生結弦選手は総合4位となりましたが今シーズンの成績上位6人だけが出場できるグランプリファイナルへの切符は手にしました。
And Yuzuru Hanyu barely the alternates.
いや悔しくて結構眠れなかったっていうのもあったんですけどどうやればもっと強くなれるんだろうしっかりと自分の実力を本番で出せるかどうかっていうのをずっと考えてたので弱くなってる自分がすごく嫌なんですけどそれは本当嫌いですけどでも弱いっていうのは強くなれる可能性があると思って今度こそ君が代を流せるような演技をしたいなと思ってました。
Welcome back to our special holiday edition of Sports Weekend.
Today, a first for figure skating. The Grand Prix Final comes to Barcelona.
That is Yuzuru Hanyu from Japan, about to take to the ice for his short program.
And just to see him here, I have to just take a moment of pause to think, wow, after that collision, he refused to give up at all, and he's determined to get through this. Right here, huge jump for him. Quad toe, beautiful.
Great way to start.
And so fabulous, even on the warm-up to watch the beautiful stroking, the effortless speed he gets. He's going from 0 to 90 in no time flat.
He skates as a purist on the ice, an athlete and an artist, and bringing these jumps out of nowhere and then taking a pause like that. Nice, beautifully done. Oops, just caught the it went back to pick in. Barely visible, but enough to throw him off. Right there before the takeoff, a slight catch of the toe. That wasn't his best, but yeah, you can consider what he's been through, but I wasn't even thinking about the injury or collision that he had at Cup of China. I was just saying that that's good skating.
Great job of regaining his composure after the fall. Yuzuru Hanyu of Japan.
Very, very well done. And really, for people that are watching the sport.
I mean, look at this. 94.08.
Yeah.
Surprise between skater and coach even with that fall.
Yeah,
Well, let's take a look at what things look like after the short program. And Yuzuru had a 7+ point lead over the other 5 skaters. Well, this man has been on a tear since winning the Grand Prix Final a year ago. Can Yuzuru Hanyu make it back-to-back wins and take another title today?
We welcome you back to the P&G ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating.
The Olympic and world champion. No doubt the man to beat. He skated well in the short earlier.
Yeah, after that collision earlier in the season, it's nice to see him back on his game. Fans want him back.
Up next, the men take the ice.
The world and Olympic champion. And as you said, Brenda, according to the short program, he's back.
And his great season started last year with this competition, the Grand Prix Final, which he won.
Quad sow, quad toe, triple axel, first 3 jumping passes.
Cuádruples saltos, precioso. Cuádruple toe. Colocación en el aire perfecta. Desplazamiento increíble.
Quad sow, quad toe, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, perfect execution, upper body, absolutely, basically at rest, no tension. And then not a triple axel, a triple flip, still perfect.
He's actually almost the perfectly designed figure skating machine. I don't think I've ever seen anybody who's so naturally gifted on the ice.
Right amount of height for the right amount of distance so that your body comes down like a float plane onto a smooth lake and no flow is lost. And I can't get over how calm his upper body is when he jumps and lands. Jumps like that possibly are dropped from heaven.
You know, there are good skaters and there are great skaters. And then there is Yuzuru Hanyu.
Triple loop. Ole. Ya sabemos quién se va a ganar la final del Grand Prix.
He can own a stadium, small mistake there, smash and crash, but we're going to allow that for the moment. And in the big picture, this kid's got it. He's got the speed, the flow, the spins. And those jumps are ridiculous.
Precioso, precioso. Maravilloso. Maravilloso, sí señor. Yuzuru Hanyu, campeón olímpico, campeón del mundo.
Well, he skated like the reigning world and Olympic champion today. Yuzuru Hanyu was good in the short, but brilliant in the free today. And look at the technical score.
Great representative of our sport.
Se acordarán que la Copa de China en el NHK por 15 centésimas se metió en esta final. Hubiera sido una final bonita también sin Yuzuru Hanyu, pero ha sido extraordinaria con Yuzuru Hanyu.
Oh my, what a monster score, 194. That's the second highest free program score of all time.
Sorry, say that again?
Second highest free program
And that's
score.
with a deduction for the fall and room for the planned third quad that may come in later.
He sees it there. Well, he wins this competition by almost 40 points over Fernandez.
I think he's thanking the fans.
I wanted to ask you, Yuzuru, can we say that you're fully recovered after your accident in the Grand Prix?
I'm not perfect today, and not yet, but I did it almost perfect. So I'm so happy today.
That takes a lot of courage. I'm really impressed. So, Yuzuru, in Japan, the figure skating is really famous. What would you say to the Spanish crowd, to the Spanish people, to come and join the figure skating world?
Looks like more than Japanese people. That's me. Everyone crazy, crazy for Javi and me. So I'm happy, and I think Javi is happy too.
Dice que sí. Gracias. Thank you, Yuzuru.
Thank you very much. Gracias.
Wow, this win by Yuzuru makes it 3 straight Grand Prix Final titles for Japanese men.
And it's great to see this moment and the friendship that exists between Javier Fernandez all the way from Spain and Yuzuru all the way from Japan, that both come together in Toronto and train under Brian Orser, and the respect, the camaraderie, the sportsmanship, it's pretty darn good.